Welcome to the third lecture of your job application module. In this lecture, you will learn more about the cover letter. To be more precise, you will learn 6 ways to make your cover letter stand out. Why do companies ask for a cover letter? A cover letter is all about the why. When you break it down to the core, they want to know 2 things. First, why you are enthusiastic about them, and second, why they should be enthusiastic about you. Writing a cover letter is not just a means of selling yourself, it is an act of constantly underpinning your match with the company and position. So of course, you don't want to use this letter to mention all of your achievements literally, but only those achievements that are most relevant. In the cover letter, more than so in other documents, they want to know what your motivation to apply is. Nevertheless, the cover letter and resume collaborate and supplement each other. While the resume provides the facts, the cover letter adds your motivation and your personal match with the company and position. Let's first take on a recruiter's perspective. How do recruiters read cover letters? Most of them see dozens of cover letters every day, and they logically don't spend as much time reading them as it took you to write them. They will scan the cover letter, look for indicators of suitability. They look for required skills or traits. They are also interested in the intrinsic motivation of the candidate and a unique and authentic personality in the letter. But as recruiters are also people with personal preferences, keep in mind that there is no perfect cover letter. There are 6 ways to make sure your cover letter stands out. First, a powerful way of writing will impress the recruiter. Now, to write a powerful cover letter, you will need to constantly walk a 3-step cycle. You make a statement about yourself, you provide a real-life explanation to underpin this statement, and you connect to this company, position, or profession in general. The order can be different, but these 3 things have to be included most of the time. Another important point is to keep it short and never repeat the content of your resume exactly. Instead, simply refer to it as if the reader is already familiar with it. To give you an example, you wouldn't write, "Last year I've done an internship at company X, in which I've done this or that." Instead, you write that during your internship at company X you have done this or that. Second, if possible, use specific examples to prove important statements. Let's say you want to convince the reader that you're able to work under pressure. You could say, "When the pressure rises, I always stay calm." However, as there's no example from your personal life, the sentence remains to be an impersonal cliché. A better option would be to give a specific example. "I am able to work under pressure. During my internship at company X, I had a deadline every week and I completed all of them on time." It is also important to use active, powerful language instead of passive language. So, what do we mean with passive language? Let me give you an example. "This gave me the opportunity to learn more about." This puts you in a passive role, as you suggest that there was an opportunity, without stating that you actually seized the opportunity. More active and powerful language would be, "Here I learn more about." In the attachment, you find a list with powerful words that can help you to write in a more powerful way. Another way to make your cover letter stand out is to start off with an original opening. An original opening will engage the recruiter to read further. Avoid the boring openings like "I would like to apply for position X" or "I found your job posting on website X." To come up with an original opening, you could, for example, connect yourself to the company and specific job with a real-life experience. This will not only engage the recruiter, but also make you more suitable. Third, it is very important to include specific information about the company. For recruiters, this is an indicator that you're not sending out letters to everyone, but actually did your research. This is the information you want with the help of the previous lecture. Another optional way to make your cover letter stand out is to include a signature. There are various websites where you can create a digital signature. This is an example of the signature Paul made. 5. Also optional, enter a letter with a PS. Research shows that recruiters nearly always read the PS section in a cover letter. When you have something valuable to mention here, this can be something that makes you stand out. A PS can be that one final hint of personal seasoning your letter needed, but be sure to add something really valuable there, because it will be the last thing the recruiter reads. You can, for example, comment on a recent development concerning the company. And lastly, perhaps the most important point, be authentic. When you are able to show what is unique about you and use personal examples, the letter will stick in the recruiter's mind. During your self-analysis, you gain the self-knowledge you now use in your cover letter. So, remember these rules, because in the next lecture, you're going to actually write a letter.